Alright, here we are at Hunterworks today, and today we're going to show you guys how to take your secondary clutch off. And really you almost don't need this video, but again, I always say everybody doesn't know everything and everybody's not mechanical, and they just a little hand holding to get it done, and that's what we're here to do here at Hunterworks, is just help you out. So regardless of what you're using this video for, while you're taking it off, this is just as good as any. A lot of people get freaked out. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm sure you can, because I have to whisper on these videos. These mics are so sensitive, but listen in. That's not the clutch moving. That's the actual transmission shaft, and that's normal, so don't get alarmed. There's just a little bit of movement in the transmission shaft itself. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so this is an 18 model, and it has a 15 millimeter bolt on it. I always use impacts. Seems like people who try to hold stuff, if you watched our primary removal video, if you try to stick something in here or whatever, and using wrenches, this either turns, the whole vehicle turns if you're on the ground or whatever. I'm an impact man, and I love some Milwaukee stuff. One bolt out. Now, here's the thing too, is of course, I'm going to do a little video on how to change a belt, but this is a 18 model. This secondary right here looks just like any of them, any non-turboed RZR from 16 to 19, and that's of today's date. Who knows when this video will be watched in 2027 models, who knows. Point is, today's date, this is what they look like, 16, 19. So this half, now you can do it, slide it off. See, mine's going to be a little iffy here. You slide the whole thing off together, or what's usually holding these clutches up is this bushing. That shaft goes up right up in this end of the clutch. All right, look at there. So I just grabbed a hole right here and gave it a little pop, and this outside, I don't know if you can tell it, but the belt dropped down in here and it just popped loose. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now then, oh no, my secondary broke. No, that's the way these 16 and 19s are. Alright, there you go. Okay, now that we've got our secondary off and you're going to do whatever it is you're going to do to it, how do you get her back on and get your belt back on? Alright, you take your belt off. Now in my case, my gasket has failed down. Make sure your gasket's back in place. Okay. Get your gasket in place, and the first thing I do is put my secondary back on. Now, I usually tell you to put it in gear. Mine's actually in neutral, because you got to line up these splines inside and it'll turn sometime. Well, holy crap, first time ever that it went right on. And you can hear that by right there. All right. Put your 15 millimeter bolt back in. Technically, this thing is supposed to be torqued to 55 foot-pounds on this model. Guess what I'm going to use? Same thing I've been using 15 years. But I want to let off this trigger. You trigger-happy people better figure out a safe way to torque it. I think that's 55. All right, now your belt, just an FYI, needs to go back on the way that it came off. Good way to remember it is make it to where you could read the writing if you was up here. People say belts are directional. No, they're not. Only after you use them, just like radio tires or whatever. So put it on. I usually go around my primary, and I position this spot on this secondary here. Grab your Polaris tool, and you're going to have to hook in the corner to get some meat. And work it around with your hands, just like that. Better muscle up. All right. that's that. If you'll notice, your secondary probably looks different from mine. Yours probably has those square pucks on it, and I might throw a picture in right here in the video, show you what you're trying to avoid with them. So if you don't have your round rollers for your 16 through 19 model, get a set of them. But nonetheless, here we are, we're done. You can watch our other cover videos so to get your cover back on. If you got any questions or any concerns or whatever, you can always shoot me an email, give us a call, make comments, whatever it is. And we thank you for your time.